take question answers. Okay, so the question will be in front of you. I have taken these questions from the notes, that is the ACE Academy notes, so that we will go through some questions. Okay, and we will discuss upon them and their answers also. Okay, so now this is the first question. I will read the question. The modulus of rupture of concrete gives. Your first option is direct tensile strength of the concrete, direct compressive strength of the concrete, the tensile strength of the concrete in bending, the characteristic strength of the concrete. So what is the answer? The modulus of rupture of concrete gives. What do you think? What we get from the modulus of rupture? All the options are in front of you. This is asked in the GATE examination in the year 95. Okay. What is the answer? Anybody? In chat also, or by unmuting, you can give me the answer. The modulus of rupture of concrete gives. So your options are the modulus of rupture of concrete gives. First option, direct tensile strength of the concrete. So is it give the direct tensile strength? Answer is A. Somebody has given me A answer. Okay, so please give the answer by keeping the chat to everyone so that everyone will see the answer. Okay, answer is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. We will discuss over here. So here the direct tensile strength of the concrete. So modulus of rupture does not give the direct tensile strength of the concrete. Okay. So direct compressive strength of the concrete, it also don't give the direct compressive strength of the concrete. It gives the tensile strength of the concrete in bending. Okay, this is the answer. It gives the tensile strength of the concrete, but when it is in bending, direct tensile strength, it is not comes under the bending. Okay, if you apply the tensile load on a member, then a tension will get generated, but the tensile strength of the concrete in bending, okay, under the bending condition, the modulus of rupture of concrete gives this tensile strength of the concrete in bending. Okay, so the answer is C for this question. Okay, so the next slide, I will clear this first. Okay, so the yield stress of corrugated bars as compared to an ordinary mild steel bars is nearly. Okay, so nearly they have asked, not exact calculations. Okay, mild steel bars you have to compare with corrugated steel bars. So and they have asked you the yield stress. So it is more less. Okay. So can anybody logically can give some answer? First tell me, is it more or less? The yield stress of corrugated bar. How you have to think? See now, the yield stress of corrugated bar as compared to an ordinary mild steel bar is nearly. Now, if you see the options here, 50% more, 25% more, 50% less, 25% less. Okay, so obviously, if you compare the mild steel bars with the corrugated bar, then the strength will be more, the yield stress will be more. Okay, so the answer is between option A or option B. Okay, option C and option D will get eliminated as you are comparing the mild steel with corrugated bars. Okay, so in between A and B, now don't guess, I will tell you the answer. In between A and B, the answer of this question is here is the answer A. Remember this. Okay. It is nearly, not exactly. Okay. The yield stress of corrugated bar as compared to an mild steel bar, okay, is nearly 50% more. Okay, take the screenshot of this or write down if you are writing. So this is the answer of the second question. This question is asked in IES exam. Okay. So the next question. Next is the ratio of direct strength to the compressive strength of concrete is taken as. The ratio of direct tensile strength to the compressive strength of the concrete is taken as. How much is that ratio? This is normally this ratio is assumed or it is taken while designing. Okay, these are the standard things given in the codes. Okay, so what ratio generally we take? Direct tensile strength to the compressive strength of the concrete. Okay, so you know that tensile strength is different, compressive strength is different. Now we are talking about the concrete. Hmm? What is the answer? Anybody, any guess? See, you know that concrete is having high compressive strength, okay, and low tensile strength. Okay, the tensile strength of concrete is maximum up to the 2.5 Newton per mm square. Okay, the compressive strength of the concrete is very high. Okay, so what will be the ratio? This ratio is taken as, so option A is 0.05, B is 0.15, C is 0.25 and D is 0.35. So the option is this option, answer B. It is 0.15. Okay. The option is answer B. The ratio of the direct tensile strength to the compressive strength of concrete is taken as. Okay, हे normally असं घेतला जातो, is taken as. So that ratio is 0.15. Okay, take the screenshot or write down this question. Is it over? Yes, no, at least you tell me something so that we can move forward. These are the questions which are asked in the competitive examinations. So these are the remember type of the questions. Okay, generally we prepared for the logical questions and the formulas, but these types of questions also you should know, you should remember these questions. Okay, so shall we move forward? Okay, so the next question, compared to the mild steel plain bars, high yield strength deformed bars are. Okay, so they have compared your mild steel plain bars to the HYSD bars. Okay, high yield strength bars, deformed bars. Okay, so option A is less ductile but more strong, more ductile but less strong, more ductile and strong, and none. So these are the options given to you. So let me know the answer of this question. What is the answer? Baga, what they have to ask us, compare to mild steel plain bars. Okay, so mild steel plain bars and HYSD bars. Okay, so these two bars if compare, then they have given you four options. First is less ductile but more strong. Second is more ductile but less strong. More ductile and strong. And fourth option is none. So strong means strength more. So obviously here also you should think in this way that, see, you are comparing mild steel plain bars with HYSD bars. So obviously HYSD bars are more strong. Okay, obviously HYSD bars are more strong. So what are the options which says more strong? So option A, in that more strong is there, and option C, here also the more strong is there. Okay, so option B, we can eliminate this option. So from option A, C and D, your answer is there in between A, C and D. Okay, in this way you have to think in the examination also. By seeing the options also you can judge the answer. So let me know the answer. According to you, what is the answer? Answer, it is given as C, more ductile and strong. Okay, but the answer for this question is A. Okay, less ductile but more strong. So the ductility property, what is the ductility? Ductility is we can make a thin wire from that material. That is nothing but the ductile property, ductility property. Okay, so ductility, mild steel is more ductile. Okay, as compared to HYSD bars. But HYSD bars are more stronger than the mild steel bars. So your answer is here, if we see mild steel. Okay, mild steel and your HYSD bars. HYSD. So here what is happen? The mild steel is more ductile. This is more ductile. As compared to HYSD, this is less ductile. Okay, this is less ductile. And this is less strong. This is less strong. And this is more strong. Okay, this is more strong. So this is the option you have to choose, less ductile and more strong. So your option is option A. Okay, less ductile and more strong. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this. Okay, I will clear all the drawings. So this is the answer. Okay, less ductile and more strong. So these are the remember types of questions. So still now we are dealing with the questions of level 1. Okay, after that we will move to the questions of level 2. First, these are the remember type of questions, some standard questions, standard assumptions which we made or something given in the IS code. Based on that, these questions are there in first case. Okay. So now this is the next question. The ratio of 7 days and 28 days cube strength is. What is the ratio? 7 days मध्ये क्यूब स्ट्रेंथ किती गेन होती आणि आफ्टर 28 days फुल स्ट्रेंथ गेन होती. तर त्याचा रेशो किती असतो आफ्टर 7 days? This you have learned in concrete technology in second year also. Hmm? Any idea about this? After 7 days, see, we test the cube after 28 days. Okay, so after 28 days, we test the cube on CTM, and there we found the compressive strength of the concrete. Okay, but after 7 days, although it has not fully gained its all the compressive strength, but some compressive strength is gained by that concrete. Okay, so if you don't know, for your information, I will tell you, after 7 days, after 7 days, it will get 60% of strength. Okay, after 7 days, it will get 60% of strength. So 60% means 60 divided by 100, it will be 0.6. Okay, it is the 0.6. 60% of what? Of total strength. 60% of total strength. Now if you take the ratio for 7 days strength to the total strength, okay, then you will get this ratio as a 0.6. This ratio will be 0.6. In 7 days it will gain 60% of strength. Okay, so the answer is B. Okay, so also remember this thing. After 7 days concrete will get 60% of strength. Okay, so it is 0.6. Next question. Compared to the 15 centimeter cube strength, 10 centimeter cube strength is. Now this is the logical question. Give me the answer of this question now. Compared to the 15 centimeter cube strength, 10 centimeter cube strength is. Option A is less, option B is more, option C is equal, and D is none. Now think on this and give me the answer. A less. Why? We are talking about strength. Okay, see here, we are talking about strength. Strength meant ultimately stress. Stress is what? It is load upon area. Load upon area. Okay, you know that concrete can take the maximum load in compression. All the other things are keeping constant. Okay, all the other things are keep constant. If this load is keep constant, then your first cube is of 15 centimeter dimension and second is of 10 centimeter dimension. So this 10 and 15 is going to be at the denominator. Okay, so at the denominator, if the less smaller quantity is there, then your stress will be higher on higher side. Okay, and if the bigger quantity is there, then your stress will be on lower side. Okay, so here if you can see stress, if I keep the load constant, then here area, what will be the area of cube? It is 15 by 15. Okay, and thus now again the stress is equal to load. What will be the area for this cube? It is 10 by 10. Surface area, I am talking about the top surface area in the plan. What you will look. Okay, if the cube is there, if you see it in the plan, it will be like this. This is 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter, and on this portion we are applying the load. Okay, so stress is nothing but load divided by area. So nothing is mentioned, so everything else is the constant. Okay, so here you can see at the denominator the quantity is increased. Here you can see at the denominator the quantity will be less. Here if you see, suppose now if I use the notation P for the load, it is P divided by 2 to 5 and this is P divided by 100. So which will be more? Which will be more? For 10 by 10 it is more, or for 15 by 15 it is more? Obviously for 10 by 10 it is more. Okay, बरोबर आहे ना. P ची कुठली एक व्हॅल्यू ठेवून बघा तुम्हाला जी आवडती ती. सपोज नाव P is 250. सपोज नाव P is 250. मग P divided by 2 to 5 म्हणजे किती येणार आहे? 250 divided by 2 to 5. अज्युम करतो बरं का, समजा P ची व्हॅल्यू जर 250 आपण ठेवली तर किती येईल? 250 divided by 2 to 5 it is 1.11. Okay, and if I take P divided by 100, that is 250 divided by 100. So what is the answer? It is 2.5. So which is greater? This 10 by 10. Okay, so answer is option B. Okay, so compared to 15 centimeter cube strength, 10 centimeter cube strength is more. Okay, so the answer for this question, it is answer B, more. Moving on to the next question. Here is the next question. As the cube size increases, the strength of concrete reduces due to. Okay, the strength of concrete reduces due to increase in slenderness ratio, chances of more weak spots, inferior compaction, and none of the above. Now read this question and let me know the answer of this. What do you think about this? As the cube size increases, the strength of concrete reduces due to what is the reason? So the answer for this question is your answer B. Chances of more weak spots. Okay. As the cube size is increases, the strength of the concrete is reduces because there are the chances of more weak spots. As you are increasing the size, there may be what we can say while preparing the mold, there will not be, if the compaction is not as per the standards recommended in the IS code, then there will be the chances of developing of the weak spot. Okay, so as the size is less, there is less chance of developing the weak spot. As you increase the size, there is more chance of developing the weak spot. That is why also you may remember this, we have taken here FCK is the strength of concrete. Okay, FCK is the cube strength, but actually on site we took always 0.67 FCK, and after that we divide this 0.67 FCK by 1.5 and we take 0.446 or 0.45 FCK. Then why this 0.67 FCK comes? Because whenever you talk about the cube is the small as compared to the structure. As you increase the size, there is a more chances of weak spots in the structure. Okay, so there are more chances of weak spots in the structure, so that the strength get reduced. Okay, so here in the question itself they have told you, so that the strength get reduced, and this reduced strength we always take it as a 0.67 FCK. So why I am telling you this, so that it will be easier for you to correlate what we have studied in those graphs. Okay, so as you increase the size of the structure, there is a chances of more weak spots get developed in the structure. Okay, so this is the thing. Then we will move to the next question. Now this is the remember type question. Approximate value of shrinkage strain of concrete is shrinkage strain. So shrinkage means concrete shrinks. Shrinkage म्हणजे काय आकुंचन पावणे. Okay, concrete shrinks. Due to this shrinkage action of concrete, the strain gets developed in the concrete, and that strain is called as shrinkage strain. And the value of that shrinkage strain, they have given you the four options: 3 into 10 raised to minus 3, 3 into 10 raised to minus 4, 0.0035, 0.002. Okay. So if you see option C and option D, so if I talk about option D, 0.002, it is not the shrinkage strain. Okay, it is the strain due to the axial loading. Okay, axial loading मुळे येणारा maximum strain आहे 0.002. It is the strain which is due to the axial loading, maximum axial loading, and 0.0035, this is the strain. This is for combined axial and bending. This is the maximum strain for combined axial and bending. So our these options are get eliminated. Okay, हे तर ऑप्शन येणार नाही, हे पण ऑप्शन येणार नाही. समजतंय ना? 0.002, this is the maximum strain for axial load. Okay, it does not have any relation with the shrinkage. And 0.0035, this is the maximum load for the load combination of axial and bending. Axial and bending for both, the maximum strain is 0.0035. Okay, but what they have asked us in the numeric question, it is shrinkage strain. Okay, so answer is here 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 or 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. In option A and B, your answer is there. Okay, so if you don't know the answer is option B, 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay, remember this. What is the shrinkage strain in concrete? It is 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay, shall we move further? So the answer is B for this question. This is the next question. The minimum grade of concrete for water tanks is. So again I am telling you, all these are remember types of questions. These are the things you must know. The minimum grade of concrete for water tanks is. What should be the minimum grade of concrete for water tank? Think on this and let me know the answer. Minimum grade they have asked you. Think on this and let me know the answer. At least one option you should tell me, so that I will tell you the correct answer afterwards. This is the standard thing specified. So what is the minimum grade of concrete for water tanks? Anybody? Any answer? M15, M20, M25, M30. These are the four options. Think on this and give me the answer. If it is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Just try to give the answer. Suppose now this is the question you came across in the examination. What answer you will give for this question? That answer you should give in the chat. What is the answer for this? M30. Okay, so somebody has given me the answer as M30. Okay, so now I will tell you the correct answer. The correct answer, the minimum grade of concrete for water tank is M20. Okay, M20 is the minimum grade of concrete for water tank. So please be M30 वगैरे वॉटर टँक आहे म्हणजे जास्त वापरलं हे ते असं काही समजू नका. For minimum grade of concrete for water tank is M30. Sorry, M20. So the answer is B. The answer for this question is B. So now this is the next question. A concrete cube of 15 centimeter and a cylinder of 15 centimeter diameter is and 15 centimeter height are tested for the compressive strength of the concrete of cube compared to the cylinder will be. Okay, the strength of the cube compared to the cylinder. Okay, so I will explain you the question what they have asked you. Okay, so here a cube is there. First of all, a cube is there. So cube, so area of the cube in plan, it will be 15 by 15 centimeter cube is there. 15 by 15 by 15, its dimension. Cube means all the sides are same. Okay, and then a cylinder is there. Then a cylinder is there. So cylinder, you know that the topmost portion of the cylinder is nothing but it is circle. Okay, and they have told us the diameter of this is 15 centimeter. Okay, and height of this cylinder, this is also 15 centimeter. Okay, if I join this height, it is 15 centimeter. And cube also, the third dimension of the cube which is going behind here over here, it is 15 centimeter. So they have asked you the strength of cube compared to the cylinder will be higher, lower, equal, difficult to assess. Think on this. Consider the load is same. Okay, P load is acting. Then strength, higher, lower, this is also 15. So very simple question is there. Just think on it. Higher. Okay, how it is higher? I am. They have asked us the compressive strength. Strength means what? Stress. Load upon area. Consider the load same load. They have not mentioned any condition different load. So consider the load coming on this cylinder and cube, it is same. Then if you take the comparison, if you make the comparison, cube strength to cylinder strength, whose strength will be more or whose strength will be less? Cube strength ही काय असणार आहे, lower असणार का higher असणार? See, again same thing is there. Okay, cube. So suppose now load is P. Okay, we know that the basic formula, stress or strength is equal to load upon area. So load is constant, so load is P divided by area. Now if load is acting on this surface, okay, in CTM you know how we fit the specimen. So this surface, so what is the cross sectional area? 15 by 15. Okay, and for cylinder again the load is same P, but what is the cross sectional area? This is the cross sectional area. Okay, so what is this? It is pi by 4 into d square, that is 15 square. So now if we evaluate the value, this will become P divided by how much? 15 into 15, it is 225. So P divided by 225. And for cylinder it is P divided by how much? It is P divided by, if you are having the calculator, do the calculation, pi by 4 d square, 176. म्हणजे स्ट्रेंथ कुणाची जास्त असणार आहे? P divided by 225 is the quantity more, or P divided by 176.71 quantity is more? Cylinder ची strength जास्त असणार आहे. Obviously denominator, the value of denominator is more, then the value is going to be decreased. If the value of denominator is less, then value is going to be increased. Okay, so for cube the value of the strength is P divided by 225, and for cylinder the value of strength is P divided by 176.71, that is nearly 177. Okay, मग आता तुम्हाला कंपॅरिझन कुणाशी विचारलेलं आहे? Strength of cube compared to the cylinder will be. Okay, मग cube ची strength ही आहे, strength of cube. If you compare this with the cylinder, this is the strength of cylinder, so the cube strength is less. So the cube strength is less as compared to the cylinder. Okay, so your option is B, it is lower. Your option is B, it is lower. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this so that we can move further. Is it okay? Okay, have you understood? So now I will clear this and we will move to the next question. So here the answer is B, lower. Okay. So now this is the next question. The flexural strength of M30 concrete as per IS 456-2000. So this value is given in IS 456-2000. So the flexural strength of M30 concrete as per IS 456-2000. Here option A is 3.83 megapascal, 5.47 megapascal, 21.23 megapascal and 30 megapascal. So let me know the answer of this. This value is given in the IS code. Even now, if you are having the IS code, you can open the IS code and check what is the value. That's what does the IS code says about this. The flexural strength of M30 concrete as per the IS 456-2000 is, what is the flexural strength of M30 concrete? And let me know the answer. I will give you the time. Search there and give me the answer. So this was the question. The flexural strength of M30 concrete. Let me know the answer. From your side, I should get some response now. If you sit ideal, then how it will work? At least tell me the answer. Let it be right or wrong. At least guess something, no? Develop some habit of logical thinking. By thinking, you can increase your logical reasoning also. काय वाटतंय कशामुळे तुम्ही एखादा आन्सर देता म्हणजे काहीतरी विचार करून देता ना. So please give me the answer. The flexural strength of M30 concrete as per IS 456-2000. Four options are given to you: 3.83, 5.47, 21.23, 30. It is MPa means 1 megapascal is 1 Newton per mm square. I hope now you know this. 1 MPa, 1 megapascal is 1 Newton per mm square. Okay. Anything which comes to your mind regarding the answer of this question? Okay, so I will tell you the answer. The answer of this question is A, 3.83 megapascal. Okay, they have asked you the flexural strength, not the compressive strength. Okay, compressive strength of M30 concrete and flexural strength of M30 concrete is different. Okay, flexure means in bending. Okay, tensile strength in bending. So it is 3.83 Newton per mm square megapascal. So answer is A. Next question. Now you think on this. Concrete strength determined from 150 mm by 150 mm height cylinders as compared to that of 150 mm by 300 mm height cylinder is more, less, equal, varies. More, less, equal, or varies. Okay, so this question is, you search the answer of this question. Okay, I will not tell you the answer of this question. You search and then we will move further. Okay, next. Flexural strength of M25 grade concrete is. Let me know the answer. Flexural strength of M25 grade concrete is. M30 grade concrete flexural strength was 3.83. Okay, in the last question. So the flexural strength of M25 grade concrete is. M25 grade concrete flexural strength. So it is answer is D. Okay, correct. 3.5 MPa. Okay, so the answer is D. Answer is D. Okay, the flexural strength of M25 grade concrete is 3.5 and the flexural strength of M30 grade concrete is, what is the strength? 3.83. MPa is Newton per mm square or megapascal, one and the same thing. The units 1 MPa is equal to 1 Newton per mm square. Okay, now see the next question. According to IS 456-2000, the modulus of elasticity of concrete EC in MPa can be expressed as, so EC is equal to 5700 under root FCK, 5000 under root FCK, 5700 only FCK and 5000 FCK. So these four options are there in front of you. Okay, so modulus of elasticity of concrete EC, what will be the formula according to IS 456-2000? This is also given in IS 456-2000. Open your IS code and give me the answer. Find it where it is given. Answer is B. 5000 under root FCK. Okay, that is the correct answer. Okay, so on this I will tell you one thing. Earlier, when the IS code is now this IS 456, it is revised in 2000. Okay, now it is again revised in 2008 also, but revised in 2000. So before this 2000, now this strength was taken as EC is equal to 5700 under root FCK before the revision. In 2000 year, again the revision of this IS code is done, and in that revision it is said that this EC, that is the elasticity of concrete, modulus of elasticity of concrete, it is not 5700 MPa, it should be taken as 5000 under root FCK. Okay, so now this is the correct answer. So your correct answer is answer B. Okay. This explanation I am telling you so that it will be easier to remember the answer. So answer is B. Don't get confused between 5700 and 5000. Now this is as per the revision, as per IS 456 2000, this is the answer. Okay. And before this revision, before this 2000, this was the answer 5700. Okay. So the next question. The maximum distance between the expansion joints in the concrete structure as per IS 456 2000 is. So as per IS 456 2000, again this is the standard which is given in the IS code. Maximum distance किती असायला पाहिजे दोन एक्सपान्शन जॉइंट मध्ये. The expansion joint, if you move on the highways now, that Solapur Pune highway, or when you come across the minor bridges, you will see that there is the expansion joints are provided, and those expansion joints are not uh, far away from each other, but still those are provided. So here in this question, what is the question is the maximum distance between the expansion joints. Any guess, any answer? B, 30 meter. Okay, so the answer for this question is C, 45 meter. Okay, the answer for this question is C, 45 meter. The maximum distance between the expansion joints in concrete structure as per IS 456 2000 is 45 meter. Okay, so this is again standard given in the IS code. Remember this. Huh. The compressive strength of 33 grade cement at 7 days should not be less than. So if a cement of 33 grade is there, okay, after 7 days if you test that cement of 33 grade, then the strength of that cement should not be less than. Okay, so त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी नाही यायला पाहिजे strength. So that value is 110 kg per centimeter square, 175 kg per centimeter square, 220 kg per centimeter square, and 275 kg per centimeter square. The compressive strength of 33 grade cement at 7 days. Okay, so after 7 days if you test this 33 grade cement, its compressive strength should not be less than, ह्याच्यापेक्षा कमी असायला नाही पाहिजे. ती व्हॅल्यू सांगा या ऑप्शन मधली. ओके, what will be the answer from your side? Or I will tell you the answer right now. So its answer is 220 kg per centimeter square. Okay, so remember this, the compressive strength of 33 grade cement at 7 days. Okay, so the compressive strength of, I am not talking about the concrete. Here 33 grade cement, read the word, it is cement, at 7 days should not be less than. Okay, so it is 220 kg per centimeter square. That is the answer. Okay, so now this is the next question. Consider the following statements. Okay, what is the first statement? The compressive strength of concrete decreases with increase in water cement ratio of the concrete mix. Second statement is water is added to the concrete mix for hydration of cement and workability. Third thing is creep and shrinkage of concrete are independent of water cement ratio in the concrete mix. So the true statements are, so from the given three statements, which are the true statements, you have to give the answer. Options दिलेले आहेत, या तिन्ही पैकी ट्रू स्टेटमेंट काय ते सांगा. So correct answer is Answer B, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So here you should see the first statement is the compressive strength of concrete decreases with increase in water cement ratio of the concrete mix. This is true. Okay. We have to water cement ratio is very important. Okay. So if you pour the water in excess amount in the mix, then obviously its strength will get reduced. Okay. Second thing is that water is added to concrete mix for hydration of cement and workability. This is also true. To enhance the workability of the concrete or to increase the workability, and also you know that the chemical composition of cement after when the cement gets mixed with the and the concrete is prepared, then there will be heat of hydration which is evolved from that. Okay, so to control that also water is added to cement. Okay, so these are the two reasons which are also correct. Third thing is creep and shrinkage of concrete are independent of water cement ratio in the concrete mix. Okay, so creep of concrete. What is the meaning of creep? Creep means what? Suppose a member is continuously loaded. Okay, and due to that loading, if there is a certain elongation, permanent elongation is occur in that member, then it is called as creep. Okay, so creep is related with the continuous loading. It is not related to the water cement ratio or anything. Okay, so it is independent of water cement ratio. Second is the shrinkage of concrete. So shrinkage of concrete shrinks due to the variation in temperature. Okay, due to which the temperature stresses are getting developed. Alpha TL you might have learned in STOM second year ISM. Okay, so the shrinkage of concrete is also independent of water cement ratio. So third statement is also true. So first is true, second statement is also true, and third statement is also true. So your correct answer is statement number option B, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is the answer B. I hope now you understood whatever I have read and I have tried to tell you. I hope now it is understood to you because you are not telling anything. So I assume that it is understood. So next question. Consider the following statements. Okay, again the statements are given to you. The statements are first one. Modulus of elasticity of concrete increases with increase in compressive strength of concrete. Second, brittleness of concrete increases with decrease in compressive strength of concrete. Third, shear strength of concrete increases with increase in compressive strength of concrete. So these are the three statements, and the question is the two statements are. So out of these three, you have to identify the true statements, and accordingly you have to give the answer. Hmm. Any answer? So these three statements are true. So your answer is answer B. Okay. Okay. So the questions are end over here. Next questions we will take on the board, Zoom board. Okay. So the next objective question for you, I will write over here. A reinforced concrete structure. A reinforced concrete structure has to be constructed has to be constructed along a sea coast along a sea coast full stop. The minimum grade the minimum grade of concrete of concrete to be used to be used as per IS 456-2000 is, okay, your option A is M15, M20, M25, M30. So read the question and let me know the answer. This is again the standard thing given in the IS code. You must know this. कुठं स्ट्रक्चर बांधायचे ते समजून घ्या. Where you are going, where is the location, where you are going to build the reinforced concrete structure. It is along a sea coast. Okay. Sea coast means samudra kinara. Okay, along the sea coast if the construction is there. According to IS 456-2000, what should be the minimum grade of concrete? So the answer is, for this question, the answer is answer D. Okay, M30. M30 grade. Okay, if you are constructing near the sea coast, because the soil is maybe also clayey or sandy soil is there. Okay, so you require the more strength, and also the water logging problems may be there, or water pressure may be come into the consideration. That is why M30 grade of concrete is preferred. Okay, so the next question. Okay. So the so the acceptable limit for the safety and and serviceability requirements requirements before failure occurs before failure occurs is called is called option A, breaking point, option A is breaking point, option B, failure point, option C, limit state, and option D, ductility. So now this is very easy question. You should give the answer of this question. This is very basic question. Give me the answer of this question. The acceptable limit for the safety and serviceability requirements before failure occurs is called. What it is? Let me know the answer. So the answer for this question is limit state. This is the definition of limit state. Okay. The acceptable limits for the safety and serviceability requirements before the failure occurs is called as limit state. Okay, it's called as limit state. So next question. The maximum strain See the next question. The maximum strain the maximum strain in the tension reinforcement the maximum strain in the tension reinforcement in the section at failure shall not be less than shall not be less than your option A is 0.002 plus 0.87 Fy upon Es. B 0.0035 plus 0.87 Fy upon Es. C 0.002 plus Fy upon 1.15 Es. 0.0035 here 003, okay, not 2, it is 3, and D 0.002 plus 0.87 ES upon Fy. So this I have explained you while I have taught you the graph in the last lecture, graph of torque steel, graph of torque steel, if you remember. Hmm? कसं येणार आहे? What will be the answer? How the graph will be? Graph कसा असणार आहे? It is linearly varies. Then from here to here it is parabolic non-linear variation. Okay, and then after that again it is constant. Okay, constant. So from this point we drop the parallel line, this point. Okay, and if I draw that parallel line, it will be like this to this graph. Okay, and we have evaluated, I have told you the value, the strain at this point. We have taken the notation EY. What was that strain? This distance is how much? It is 0.002. Okay, so strain means what? It is stress upon Young's modulus. How to calculate the strain? Strain is nothing but stress upon Young's modulus. So what is your stress? Stress in steel is 0.87 Fy. This is the stress in steel. Divided by Young's modulus, it is ES, Young's modulus, and plus this 0.002, 0.002. Okay. So your option is here in this case. Your option is option A. 0.002 plus 0.87 upon ES. Okay. So this is the strain. Next question. The design strength of steel the design strength of steel in limit state design is in limit state design is okay. So your options are A Fy upon 1.5, B Fy upon 0.87, C 0.87 Fy, and D 0.27 Fy. So let me know the answer. The design strength of steel in limit state design is design strength of steel. What is the design strength of steel? It is option C, correct. What is the design strength of steel? Fd is the design strength of steel. It is Fy divided by gamma m. Gamma m is the partial safety factor. For steel, the stress is Fy. So Fy for steel, the factor partial safety factor is 1.15. So it is Fy upon 1.515, which is nothing but it is 0.87 Fy. So our answer is this one. Okay, 0.87 Fy is the answer. Okay. So next, now this give me the answer of this question. Simply, मॅडम जरा हळू हो, लेक्चर चालू आहे. मॅडम जरा हळू, लेक्चर चालू आहे. A simply supported beam, a simply supported beam carries a working load, a working live load of 2.5 kilonewton per meter and dead load of 3.5 kilonewton per meter. The design load for limit state of collapse is in kilonewton per meter. Now read this. Your option A is 9, option B is 6, option C is 7.2, and option D is 12. So a simply supported beam carries a live load of 2.5 working live load of 2.5 kilonewton per meter and dead load of 3.5 kilonewton per meter. The design load for the limit state of collapse in kilonewton per meter is. What is the design load? Answer is A, 9. Okay, correct answer. Answer is A, 9. How it is 9? So see here, your dead load, it is 2.5. Okay, your live load, it is 3.5. So दोघांची टोटल केली तर किती झाला टोटल लोड? 3 plus 2 5 and 0.6, so it is 6 kilonewton per meter is the total load, but it is working. Okay, they have told us it is working live load and working dead load. So in limit state we take ultimate load. In limit state we take ultimate load. So ultimate load is equal to how much? It is 1.5 into 6. So it is 9 kilonewton per meter. So your option A is the correct answer. Okay, option A is the correct answer. So now next, for steel of grade Fy equal to 500 Newton per mm square, the value of xu max by d is the value of xu max by d is A 0.48, B 0.46, C 0.53 and D 0.43. xu max by d, okay, xu max by d ratio, okay, for for what? For Fy is 500 Newton per mm square. What is the answer? You tell me without options. This must be known to you. What is the value? Xu max by d. It is 0.46. Okay, correct answer. Answer is 0.46. So see this 0.46 where it is given, and that option is your correct answer. Okay. So now the next question. The partial safety factor partial safety factor to be used to be used in limit state of limit state of serviceability serviceability for for strength strength of concrete is, and your options are A 1.2, B 1.5, C 1.0 and D 0.8 and D 0.8. What is the answer for limit state of serviceability? Answer is C, correct. Answer is C, 1. Okay. So for limit state of serviceability, answer is C, 1. For concrete it is also 1, and for steel also it is 1. When you talk about limit state of serviceability, and when the limit state of collapse is there, then for steel it is 1.15 and for concrete it is 1.5. Okay, so for concrete it is 1.5 when in limit state of collapse, and for steel it is 1.15 when for limit state of collapse. And when they ask you for limit state of serviceability, then for concrete it is 1 and for steel it is also 1. Okay, so remember these things. Okay, so now, okay, so we will take one more last question and then we will stop. Here I will write that for question is somewhat big question. For avoiding the limit state of collapse, the safety of reinforced concrete structures safety of reinforced concrete structures is is checked for appropriate appropriate combinations of dead load, comma live load, comma wind load and earthquake load. EL is the earthquake load. So the question is now which of the following following load combinations are not considered are not considered and your options are A point 0.9 into dead load plus 1.5 wind load, B 1.5 dead load plus 1.5 wind load, C 1.5 dead load plus 1.5 wind load plus 1.5 earthquake load, D 1.2 dead load plus 1.2 live load plus 1.2 wind load. Yes, so this is the given question. Let me know the answer of this question. So for avoiding the limit state of collapse, the safety of RC structures is checked for appropriate combinations. Okay, so we check the structure for different loading combinations. Okay, I have also given you that table at the start. So the question is, which of the following load combinations are not considered? So here the answer is C. Okay, that answer is correct. Answer is C. Now why it is C? So in the C option it is 1.5 dead load plus 1.5 wind load plus 1.5 earthquake load is there. So while analyzing the structure, either we take wind load or earthquake load. We don't combine these loads. Okay, we don't combine these two loads, wind load and earthquake load. Why? Because wind load's value is also much more higher, earthquake load value is also much more higher. If we add them, then our load becomes much more higher, so that our members dimension will be all members will become uneconomical. The dimensions will be so high. Okay, so for analyzing purpose, either in a loading combination, either we take wind load or earthquake load. Okay, both at a time we don't consider for the analysis for loading combinations. Okay, so for today it is enough now. Many of the questions we have covered. So in the next lecture, uh, almost level 2 and level 1 both the questions we will cover from the next topic, also from singly reinforced sections and doubly reinforced sections. and then we will move to the pre-stress. Okay. So today we will stop over here. Write your roll number into the chat box.